The Strong Daughters Club. That's the name I gave to something I built in January 2026. And today, I'm finally dedicating a full episode to telling you exactly what it is, why it exists, and why I think it might be the one thing you didn't know you were missing. We already have over 250 members, and we are growing. Because here's what I know after 15 years in senior care and hundreds of intake calls with caregiving daughters. The logistics are hard. The decisions are hard. But the thing that breaks people, it's the isolation. It's doing all of it. The appointments, the medications, the worry, the grief, without a single person in your life who truly gets what this season feels like. The Strong Daughters Club exists because that change is now. Let's talk about it. Can I ask you something honest? When is the last time someone asked you how you were doing and you actually told them the truth? Not the I'm fine version, not the edited for public consumption version. I mean, the real answer, right? To one where you admit you cried in the car last Tuesday, where you confess you haven't slept a full night in weeks, where you say it out loud, I'm running on empty and I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this. If you can't remember the last time you told someone the truth, this episode is for you. Welcome back to From Overwhelmed to Relieved, the Senior Caregiving Podcast. I'm your host, Shannon Calles, senior care consultant, advocate, certified dementia practitioner, and someone who has walked this caregiving path, both personally and professionally. This is the podcast where we break down senior care decisions, talk honestly about dementia and caregiving, and help adult daughters find relief while taking clear, loving action. Because you deserve to get your mom the care she deserves without losing yourself in the process. If you're juggling your own life, work, marriage, kids, while trying to care for a parent with a complex need, if you're exhausted, overwhelmed, and secretly wondering how much longer you can keep doing this, you're in the right place. This is where we speak truth with tenderness, accept the messy realities of caregiving, and remind you that choosing yourself and loving your parent isn't selfish. It's necessary. If you've been white-knuckling this caregiving journey by yourself, managing appointments, the guilt, the phone calls, the grief, and while pretending that you're holding it all together for everyone around you, this episode is for you. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on something I've built specifically for women like you. And I'm going to tell you why I believe it might be the most important thing you do for yourself this year. Here's what nobody tells you. When caregiving starts, it doesn't just exhaust your body. It isolates your soul. I know when I was caregiving for my mom, I was so tense all the time. You know, when we talk about the exhaust of your body, that is where your shoulders are just so tense and your neck constantly hurts. Like, oh my God, the tension is just does not go away. And it isolates your soul. To me, that is like everything we're stuffing deep down, deep, where you become the person that everyone else is leaning on. Your parents' needs, your siblings need you. They need you to coordinate these things for you. Your kids need you present. Your boss needs you focused. And somewhere in the middle of all that, needing you, you disappear. I know that because I lived it. When my mom was in the thick of her dementia, there were moments I felt completely alone, even when I was surrounded by a whole room full of people. No one in my regular life truly understood what I was carrying. They cared. I know they did, but they didn't get it. They hadn't sat at 2 a.m. Googling dementia stages. They hadn't argued with a parent who didn't recognize their own kitchen. They hadn't cried in the parking lot before going back inside just to be strong. And the hardest part, I didn't think I deserved the support. Could you imagine? I thought needing it meant I was weak, that I thought asking for it meant I was failing. Does that sound familiar? Here's the truth about caregiver isolation. It's a thing. It's not just emotionally painful. It's dangerous. Research from the National Alliance on Caregiving constantly shows that unpaid family member caregivers, the vast majority of whom are women, report higher rates of depression, anxiety, and burnout than the whole population, right? And one of the biggest predictors of burnout is social isolation. We just stay at home, don't go out, figure it out, right? When we carry something that is heavy alone, it doesn't just wear us down. It warps our perspective. We start believing things like, I should be able to handle this. No one would understand anyway. Talking about it would just burden someone else. If I slow down, everything will fall apart. That's a huge one for me. I don't ever slow down because if I slow down, even today, my mom passed away in 2006. If I slow down, everything will fall apart. And so we keep going. We keep pushing. We keep pretending we're fine until we're not. I watched this play out with a woman. I'll call her Renee. Renee had been caregiving for her mother for almost 4 years when she found me. She was working full time, raising 2 teenage daughters, and driving across town 3 times a week to help with her mom's medication, meals, doctor's appointments. She told me she hadn't had a weekend off in 2 years. She said, I felt like I'm disappearing, Shannon, like there's less and less of me every month. Renee didn't need more information. She didn't need another checklist or another resource guide. What Renee needed was to be in a room, even a virtual one, with women who looked at her and said, I see you. Me too. And you're not alone. Here's what I want to reframe for you today. Seeking community is not a sign of weakness. It is one of the bravest, most strategic things you can do as a caregiver. Think about it. We tell our parents they shouldn't isolate. We know isolation accelerates a cognitive decline. We know connection improves quality of life. We know that humans are literally wired for community. And then we turn around and white knuckle caregiving completely alone, as if the rules don't apply to us. It does. It absolutely does. Community doesn't solve every problem. It doesn't take away the hard days or the grief or the impossible decisions that we have to make, but it does something nothing else can. It reminds you that you are not the only one, that what you're feeling is real, valid, and shared by women just like you. And that reminder, it changes everything. So here's where I'm going to pull the curtain back. Okay. I created something called the Strong Daughters Club. And I want to tell you exactly why I built it. Because the reason might surprise you. I didn't build it because it seems like a good marketing idea. I built it because I kept having the same conversation over and over again with daughters who were drowning, smart, capable, deeply loving women who carry more than any one person should carry and who had no one in their life who truly got it. I thought, what if there was one place where Renee didn't have to explain herself, where she could walk in or log in and just be known, where she didn't have to translate the grief or justify the exhaustion. So I built it. The Strong Daughters Club is a free Facebook community for adult daughters who are navigating senior caregiving. The decisions, the dementia, the guilt, the grief, and everything in between. It's a place where you can ask the questions you're afraid to ask anywhere else, where you can say, I'm not okay with someone who immediately isn't trying to fix you, where you can find women who are a few steps ahead of you on this road and women who are right where you are. Back to Renee. When she joined the Strong Daughters Club, she told me something I'll never forget. She said, I didn't realize how much I needed to feel normal until someone in the group said exactly what I'd been thinking. And I cried, but it was the good kind of cry, the relieved kind of cry. That's what community does. It converts isolation into relief. That's not a small thing. That is everything. Let me tell you what you'll actually find in the Strong Daughters Club, because I want to be specific. You'll find women in their 40s and 50s who are managing their parents' care while raising their own families. You'll find women who are new to this. Their parents just got diagnosed or just came home from the hospital, or women who have been doing this for years. You'll find women asking this questions like, how do I know it's time to consider memory care? Or how do I get my siblings on board to help? Or is it normal that I'm angry more than I'm sad? You'll find me. I'm an active group member. I share resources, share questions, and show up because I believe in what this community is becoming. And here's something exciting that I'm especially fired up about. On May 19th, from 5 to 7, we're holding our first in-person Strong Daughters Club event at Founders Mercantile Coffee right here in Vancouver, Washington. If you've been craving real human connection with women who get it, this is your invitation. I would love to meet you face to face. This online community is free. The in-person event is free. All it costs is you showing up. Here's my honest ask. If anything I said today resonates with you, if you ever felt like you were the only one carrying this, if you've ever been in a room full of people and felt completely alone, if you've ever said, I'm fine, everything's fine, when you absolutely were not, join us, not because you have to have it all together, not because you have something to contribute, but because you deserve to be in a space where someone finally sees you. You can find the Strong Daughters Club on Facebook. The link is in the show notes. Search Strong Daughters Club and request to join, and I'll see you in there. This week's challenge is simple, and I mean it. It's one of the most important things I'm going to ask you all year. Join the Strong Daughters Club on Facebook today, right now, if you can. Don't overthink it. Don't wait until you have more time or until things calm down. They won't. Join now. Introduce yourself in the group. Just one sentence. Hi, I'm Denise, and I'm caring for my mom. This is it. Let yourself be seen. If you're local to the Vancouver, Washington area, mark May 19th on your calendar right now. Founders Mercantile Coffee from 5 to 7 p.m. Come meet us in person. Share this episode publicly. Post it to your Instagram story, your Facebook, or send it directly to a daughter you know who is carrying too much alone. Tag Clark County Senior Resources so I can cheer you on. This week's mantra: I don't have to carry this alone. Asking for community is not weakness, it's wisdom. If this episode felt like it was speaking directly to you, it was. You don't have to figure this out alone. And here's the truth: you're not supposed to. Caregiving is not a solo journey, and trying to handle everything yourself is exactly what leads to burnout, resentment, and regret. So let me help you. If you're in crisis, hospital discharge, decline, dementia, confusion, book an urgent consultation with me, Shannon at clarkcountysr.com. Or you can just text me. If you need help with clarity, if you need someone to help you make a plan or take action without pressure or guilt, please reach out. That's what I'm here for. I work with families, not corporations, not franchises. My loyalty is to you, not facilities, not quotas, not anyone else's agenda. And please do these things. Subscribe and rate this episode. Your review helps other daughters who are drowning in overwhelm find relief they desperately need. Sharing your experience could be the lifeline for another daughter who needs to keep going. Share this episode with another daughter who's quietly carrying too much guilt. You know her. She's the one that always says, I'm fine, everything's fine, but looks exhausted. Send this to her. Let her know she's not alone. Do the challenge. Whatever action step we talked about today, commit to it. Next week, we're going to tackle another tough caregiving reality, that no one talks enough about. You won't want to miss it. Thank you for being here. And until then, be gentle with yourself.